What if I told you that a discovery buried over 2000 years could challenge history, shake religion, and redefine truth itself? And what if the people behind that discovery were not just explorers, but individuals risking everything legally, emotionally, and personally? Today I'm talking about a book that is not just a story, it's an experience. King Herod's Treasure by Mark Akst. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you love books that combines history, mystery, archaeology, and deep human emotions, then this one is going to stay with you for a long time. This book starts like a simple excavation stories, but slowly transform into something much bigger. A journey involving ancient secrets, DNA evidence, royal history, and even global implications. And trust me, by the time you reach the end, you won't just feel like you read a book, you will feel like you lived it. The story revolves around a group of individuals involved in an archaeological excavation. At first, everything seems normal: bones, fragments, historical remains. But then, something unusual happens. Through careful analysis, DNA testing, and scientific verification, they begin to uncover something extraordinary. These are not just random remains, they are connected to King Herod, one of the most controversial figures in ancient history. And suddenly, this excavation becomes something much more serious. Because when history is questioned, it doesn't stay limited to books, it affects beliefs, it affects identity, it affects entire civilizations. Now, let's talk about what made this book truly stand out. First, realism. This doesn't feel like fantasy. Everything from DNA testing to archaeological procedures feels believable. You can actually imagine this happening in the real world. Second, the pacing. The story doesn't rush. It builds slowly, layer by layer, and then suddenly hits you with powerful revelations. Third, the transformation of the story. What starts as a simple excavation turns into something involving politics, legality, and global consequences. And the shift is brilliant. One of the strongest part of this book is character growth. The protagonist is not perfect. At the beginning, there is curiosity, excitement, and ambitions. But as the story progresses, he realizes something important. Discovery is not just about finding something, it's about understanding the consequences of what you find. He evolves from explorer to thinker to leader, and that transformation feels real. You also see strong relationships in stories: friendship, trust, partnership, and even love, which adds emotional depth to the entire journey. This book is not just about history, it teaches you powerful lessons. First, truth requires patience. You cannot rush discovery. Evidence matters. Second, knowledge brings responsibility. The bigger the discovery, the bigger the consequences. Third, growth is necessary. You cannot remain the same person when situations change. Fourth, leadership matters. It's not about finding treasure, it's about handling it the right way. Fifth, human connections is everything. At the end of the day, relationships matters more than achievements. As the story moves toward the end, things become intense. There are legal risks, there are political implications, and there are personal decisions that change everything. And just when you think the story is about to close, it's opened a much bigger door, a possibility that could affect not just history, but the religion, belief system, and global understanding. That's when you realize this is not the end, this is just the beginning. Now let's talk about the author, Mark Akst. Writing a book like this is not easy. You need research, understanding the history, knowledge of archaeology, and the ability to tell a compelling story. And he has done all of that. You can feel the effort in every page. The way he balances fact and fiction, logic and emotion, mystery and clarity. It shows dedication and, honestly, respect for the work behind this. For me, this book is more than just a read. It made me think, what is truth? How much of history do we actually know? And what happens when new evidence changes old beliefs? It also reminded me that sometimes the greatest teacher is not what you discover, but who you share that journey with. Final verdict is engaging, thought provoking, well researched, emotional satisfying. If you love historical fiction, mystery, intelligent storytelling, then this book is definitely worth your time. Go and grab this book, King Herod's Treasure by Mark Akst. Thank you.